We are the Muslim Ummah, and each day that goes by, the harder we try. In gratitude we pray to Allah. Chosen as part of the best of mankind, we spread the word of Islam. Each minute, each hour, in awe of His power. Each flower, each tree, everything that we see. Spread the word, oh man, spread the word Islam. Oh fortunate one, paradise must be won. Each day and each night, through darkness and light, cry it out to the world, loud enough to be heard. Spread the word Islam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to this edition of the program, Brothers in the Deen. A program that is specially packaged for you to have a deeper understanding of our religion, Al-Islam, and for you to be impacted upon by the true teachings of Allah and the practices of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On this program, we try to discuss topics that have bearing on our faith, on our activities, on all our actions. I am still Abdulgani Adiamo, a public relations executive, and with me are
Alaikum Zakaria, a veterinary doctor.
I'm Ali Salam, an animal scientist.
Mubarak Suleiman, a teacher and a researcher.
And together we are
Brothers in the Deen.
On this program, we have various segments for your pleasure. We have the Robin Minds, where my brothers and I will be discussing a topic from the Quran, from the Hadith. We have the Qur'an segment where we read the Quran. We have the Islamic home segment where we discuss on how to build an Islamic family, and then we have the trending. Please do stay with us.
This program is sponsored by the Rahma Babalaki Foundation in memory of Hajia Rahma Babalaki. May this serve as a good intercession for her on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Ameen.
Today we will be discussing shirk. What is shirk?
Is best explained by saying it is associating anything with Allah in terms of worship. Terminologically, they would call it polytheism, which is the direct opposite of monotheism, the bedrock of the belief of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a verse of the Quran and chapter in Surah An-Nisa, verse 48, stated very clearly that he so much abhors shirk, associating anything with him, such that he can forgive any other sin to whomever he wills, except for anybody who associates anything in worship with him, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, at the end of the day, when you look at shirk, it becomes the most fundamental sin that puts you directly against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Now, Madam Ali, what are the types of shirk that we have that is possible? What are the types of shirk?
Alhamdulillah bil alameen. When we talk about shirk, the types from the scholars are just two. We call one shirkul akbar, that is the major aspect of shirk. And we have shirkul asgar, it is the minor shirk. And some scholars try to explain that there are some shirk that we say they are the major ones that can actually take one away from Islam. That once you indulge in it, that particular time you're no more a Muslim. And the other ones are those ones that it is actually an act of shirk. It's sinful, but it is not as serious as the first one.
Yeah.
So those are the two, and we find out that most of us, we try to avoid the major ones, and that one is when you are worshipping another thing aside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For instance, you don't believe in the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are now worshipping any of the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is now obvious in your actions, it is obvious in what you have inside your heart, and obvious in your speech. Then definitely that person is already is already out of the fold of al-Islam. That is the major shirk. So the minor shirk are those ones that we might commit them even subconsciously. It might be as a result of the environment we find ourselves and the likes.
Now, I want us to, everybody knows the Shirk al-Akbar, that it is negating the oneness of Allah, the existence of Allah. But as you said, where many people have problems, challenges, are these other forms of shirk. So much that some people do not even know that an action they have taken or a particular belief system is associating, giving powers that is due to Allah, giving it to other things. I want you to look at this. What are these manifestations of shirk?
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. Like you've stated that the major one is actually, it's clear, and let's talk about some of those things we see as minor, even though they are in the law. One of them is al-riya. Al-riya is doing any act of worship for a particular reason. You only need people to praise you. That's riya. Now we have some others. Like for example, predestination as a pillar or an article of faith. Yes, an article of faith. But of course, we see some people, particularly in this part of the country, they claim to, see or they know what operates or what's going to happen in the future. And for example, you see people who call themselves Muslims are actually found wanting in some of these things. And the Prophet ﷺ has, forbid us, like he once said, that man ata'arrafan, that whoever goes or meets any soothsayer just to inquire from him, the Prophet said, lam tuqbal salatuhu arba'ina yawman, that his salat, his prayers will not be accepted, for what? For 40 days. Now, it doesn't mean that the person wouldn't observe these prayers. If you observe it, he or she will observe it, but then we have no reward. Equally, further in another hadith says that whoever visited any soothsayer, what will happen to him is that the person is out of the fold. That he has disbelieved from whatever has been what's it called? Whatever has been sent to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It means the person is out of Islam, is a kafir. But then Muslims, we need to be very, very careful. The scholars of Islam actually they refrain from passing fatwa or calling person in quotes that you are and such an individual is a kafir. It is easier for us to say, okay, this particular act negates the teachings of Islam and might keep one out of the fold of Islam, rather than calling the person kafir. Because before you declare such a statement, you must try to explain that concept to that person. We call it comment of hujjah. You bring the person, perhaps he might be sincerely ignorant of what we are talking about. So we need to take our time to educate people and tell them the implication of some of these things. Some people might not even know.
Madam Ali, I want you to respond to this issue of soothsayer. Yes, some people will tell you, I've not gone to any soothsayer, but then maybe there is a value-added service on my phone, which is horoscope, and things like that.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to talk more on this in view of shirk.
See, the issue of shirk is a very elaborate topic as far as the deen is concerned. We need to understand the concept very well. Firstly, we need to understand that it is important for us to understand anything assistance is from Allah. Assistance is from Allah. Protection is from Allah. When we seek assistance or we seek protection from any other creature except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a shirk act on its own. So for us now to believe in the unseen said to us by someone, it is as if that we are putting that person in the same position with Allah, because Allah told us in the Quran that He is alimul ghaibi wa shahada, that is, He is the knower of the unseen. So we are trying to say that it is not only you that has knowledge of the unseen, definitely someone else has that knowledge. That is why Allah attention in the Quran that Kul la amliku li nafsi naf'an wa la darran illa ma sha Allah. Who Allah's prophet, tell them, La amliku li nafsi naf'an wa la darran illa ma sha Allah. I cannot bring good to myself, nor protect myself from any evil illa ma sha Allah, except what Allah wills. And now says, wa la kuntu alamun ghaiba. If truly I know about the unseen, about tomorrow, la astaghfartu li khayr, I am the one that will have the best of all the things in this world. Wa mamma sani yasu, no evil will have befallen him. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we should not believe in anybody that is telling us about tomorrow. We should know that whatever will happen to us tomorrow is in knowledge that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has that. No one. So the issue of we going to, either horoscope, or somebody is asking for something, or palm reading, yes, or there is a magic ring,
or sand reading,
or sand reading, yes, or sand reading,
or rosary picking,
yes, or looking at a special water and the likes, all because you want to have knowledge. I had an experience in Lagos. Somebody who does that. Will you believe that his wife fought him, and the wife injured him with iron? He was rushed to the hospital. Then I asked people that if truly he has the knowledge of the unseen, he ought to have seen it before that day, that his wife will inflict such an injury on him. These people, their wives die, their children die. They themselves are not even the world president. If truly they can assist themselves to to acquire what is not written in their own destiny, they ought to not be where they are.
Let's say someone wants to have his nikah or a nikah, and then though he himself does not go to a soothsayer, but let's say the parents say, wait, before you marry that woman or before you marry that man, let us check it. So what should be the standpoint of a Muslim to something like this?
No, alhamdulillah. You see, shaitan definitely has gimmicks and different ways, and this is one of them. It is important, you need not to be rude. As a Muslim, a child should not be rude to the parents. All you need to do is to, for Allah's sake, this is his teaching, this is what Prophet ﷺ has said, these are the things we have in Islam. We need to try as much as possible to educate them. For example, if we had educated some of them, if we had taken time to educate a good number of them, perhaps some of them might not actually fall victim. But fine, let them bring, whenever they bring such, we do not have to ascribe or have that in our mind that, wow, they've said this the other time and it's going to come to pass. No. So it's actually, it depends on where one lies, where your faith is. If you believe that for the fact that they've stated so and so, it's going to be, then we believe, and I think that's only happening be. Like the Prophet ﷺ says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be wherever his servant places him. If you think believing in whatever a soothsayer or whatever have said, if that is what you believe, perhaps it might even come to pass. But once those things are even being said, please, excuse me, don't bother telling me. Thank you very much. Somebody once asked me in the mosque that he was just, passing by, and the man approaching him and asked him, go and get salt, take it into so quantity, go and give this. I said, if you want to do sadaqah, do sadaqah. But do not do this type of sadaqah. If you want to do sadaqah, do it. But not this type, and don't have it in your mind that an evil will befall you.
Even the Quran says that it says La tuharrimu tayyibati ma halallahu lakum. There are times they will tell some of us that a particular color of cloth is what you should wear. It's good for your star. So your star does not permit you to wear red.
And the person telling you does not know the star that befits his own children. Perhaps he could have been the president of the country if at all he has his own way.
Allah says, "La tuharrimu tayyibat ma halallahu lakum." What I have made lawful for you, don't make it unlawful for yourself. Somebody will tell you that I don't share egg with people.
Yes.
Because he has gone to many places and they said, if you share, don't share egg, or don't. All these things are things that will make
manifestations of shirk.
Yes. There was a time somebody called and she said that in their own family, when they give birth for the next 7 days, 7 good days, that they will not eat soup that has salt in it.
Imagine.
For the next 7, it is an act of shirk.
Is that medical or what?
It's not medical. It is their own culture from their own family that once their own children give birth, for the next 7 days, and all of their food will be devoid of salt.
Yeah, may Allah guide us.
Amen.
We are so well. It is not peculiar to our own culture alone. It is found almost even the Arabs had it, and it's only Islam that abolished so many of these things. Our day-to-day activity. For instance, I was going to talk about ashirkul dua, which our people fall into it so much. What is ashirkul dua? It is asking. Sometimes they pray. It's a form of prayer. You are praying, you are genuinely praying, but you are praying to the wrong person, or to the wrong, not person now.
You are
asking from the wrong channel. If you are a Muslim, you must know that even the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you cannot ask something from Allah in the name of the Prophet. It is not permissible. You yourself, you are the direct link to your Creator. That is what Islam teaches us. So for as long as you do that, it is a form of shirk in terms of asking.
You do not pray in the name of some people who have died. You are the direct link to your God. And so look out for some of this shirk and try as much as possible to avoid it. May Allah continue to guide us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فيهما فاكهة ونخل ورمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن خيرات حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان حور مقصورات في الخيام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has preserved our lives till today. We thank Him for His favors on us, the countable ones, and most importantly, the uncountable ones. We pray that since we have given gratitude to Him, He would double those favors on us and make our feet firm on this path of rectitude. Today, we are confronted by a number of challenges in our society, in our world. One of such challenges is what is known as polygyny. Polygyny refers to that situation in which a man decides to marry more than one woman. Let me say straight away that it's only Islam that has put a ceiling on the number of women a man can marry. Read the Vedas, read the Hindus text, read the Bible. The Bible has not stipulated that a man should marry just one woman. If you read the life history of those prophets, the biblical prophets, you discover that they were polygynous. Prophet Ibrahim or Abraham, the biblical Abraham, had 2 wives. Prophet Sulaiman, the biblical Solomon, had more than 100 women as wives. Now, what does Islam say about the necessity? How do we explain that? What are the arguments that can be canvassed upon which a man or a Muslim can say, I want to marry more than one woman? This is a very passionate issue for both gender. And how do we say it? You will not expect a woman to agree that you should marry another woman insofar as she remains a woman. The pursuit of the fruit of the womb sometimes could be a factor for the polygynous predilections among men, which it would be okay for us to recognize. Aside from that, I mentioned the disparity in the gender distribution. Somebody told me that if you take a census of the number of births in a typical month, you discover that the male child that comes to the world is oftentimes it's often less than the number of the female child or female children that come to the world. Aside from that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has instituted these provision not as something which is compulsory. You remember, acts in Islam are divided into 5. One is compulsory, one is recommended, when one is permissible. Quickly, polygynous or polygyny falls under that category of things which are permissible, not compulsory. Let me begin to round up. Don't say you want to take another woman in order to punish your wife. The intention for acts in Islam shall be adjudged, shall be recompensed based on how sincere you are. Always have it in mind that all decisions you want to take is to seek the blessing of your Creator, Almighty Allah. And always have it in mind that the paradise on earth is very, very important for us to build before we begin to talk about the paradise in heaven. And once you have a woman at home as a wife today, try as much as possible to assist her, join you in building that paradise. Because without that, somebody says, if you are talking about hell and paradise, your home will be an extension of the hell. It will also be the beginning of your paradise. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the ones you have, and Allah should also bless the one you may have. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم تب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Mountains of Mecca, what can you say of the day that Abraham passed your way? And he was instructed by God to build a house of peace where people will pray, and they will come on every lean camel and out of every ravine for the purpose of praising Allah, to glorify Allah. Oh, mountains of Mecca, what can you tell of the day that stones from the sky fell, destroying an army determined to break the house of Allah that Abraham built? Oh, mountains of Mecca, how was the dawn on the day that my prophet Muhammad was born? How did it feel knowing he was to be the last and most beloved of all, Rasul of Allah, Nabi of Allah? Oh, mountains of Mecca, you were there When the Prophet Muhammad climbed down in despair, engraved in his heart were the words of his Lord. To all of mankind this was his call. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Oh people, praise only Allah, glorify Allah.
We need them in the society. We need their IQ, we need their knowledge, we need everything from them. Because one day our fathers, they will go home. So we are the one that will replace them. And the more we equip ourselves today, is the more we are going to use the old age.
Every home is a microcosmic image of the society. And a brother who wants to change the society has to start that from his own home or house. So as a matter of fact, a youth is expected to have a pious wife. So if you have a pious wife and dedicated or committed wife, as a result of that, you are going to have pious children who are going to society to reform the society. So that is number one role of a Muslim youth, to reform the anomalies or decadences in the society. And you cannot do that except you have a devoted or committed family.
Going by what is general and what has become generalized, youths are those set of people that you see them with their packs of energy, you see them rambunctious, you see them with their versatility and their agog lifestyle. And because of this, we'll try as much as possible, basically, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let us to be able to subdue our youthful exuberance in trying to express our opinions, most especially when we have issues that are making us not to feel comfortable. And that's the reason why youth must be channeled in a way so as for them to be able to harness their energy into something very, very productive for society.
Jazakumullah khairan for keeping a date with us. We believe that you've gotten a lesson from the program today. Please do keep a date with us as we come back next time.
This program is sponsored by the Rahma Babalaki Foundation in memory of Hajia Rahma Babalaki. May this serve as a good intercession for her on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Ameen.
We are the Muslim Ummah, and each day that goes by, the harder we try. In gratitude we pray to Allah, chosen as part of the best of mankind. We spread the word of Islam.